Well, we are continuing our celebration of Property Tribe's 10th anniversary with another Smart Landlord interview. All this year, we are championing the concept of the Smart Landlord. And thanks to Shawbrook Bank, who we're doing a little video success story with, we are down in Portsmouth, and I'm delighted to welcome a very experienced property developer and investor, Phil Moore. And Phil, with all your years of experience, what do you think of our kind of concept of the smart landlord?
Good afternoon, Vanessa.
Good afternoon.
I think it's a wonderful initiative. I think as professional and serious landlords, we have to treat our, quote, tenants, close quote, as our customers. And our attitude is whether somebody pays £50 a week or £100 a week, we treat them the same.
I love that. Now we're actually in one of your projects, and Phil, I have to compliment you because I've seen many HMOs in my time, and to me this is the by far the best I've seen in terms of the standard, the amenities for tenants, and you've really kind of gone down the very top end co-living route. And I guess if we took that in the smart landlord context, it's all about giving value to our clients, isn't it?
And thank you for those kind words. And also I appreciate the fact that you've recognised that we are concentrating, perhaps, as we like to think of it, as a niche within a niche. Mm-hmm. The professional co-living is the concept, and it's starting to get more media coverage, partly due to your good selves, that this is a new lifestyle. It's a generation before my time, perhaps my daughter, and therefore I'm seeking guidance from the younger generations.
Okay.
I think the main idea that we've got is a lot of us, the younger generation in particular, work to a monthly budget, and therefore we provide all-inclusive arrangements, so they will pay X pounds per month and that will cover all the expenses. For example, we absorb council tax, we have a weekly cleaner, insurance, rents, rates, lighting, heating, etc. That's all covered by ourselves. So they only, and I beg your pardon, and also IT. We, for example, put Sky TV packages into all the rooms. So it's one single cost, and we find that particularly the younger generation can budget a lot better when they have a single.
And obviously, this kind of property is, I like the way you said a niche within a niche, because I think really dominating a niche is what a smart landlord does. They really know their patch, they really know their product, they really know their tenant profile.
I think that's absolutely right, and I think the other idea that we've got behind it, there will be increasing competition with this sort of product. We have to expect it. It raises the bar. We can do better. We always strive to do better. Each scheme we try and progress to a next level, a next rung, not necessarily trying to stay ahead of others, but it also gives us scope. Should the market become oversupplied or be more competition for places, we'd like to think that, quote, tenants, close quote, i.e. customers will choose our properties over and above something that perhaps might not be to the same level of amenity and specification.
Now, I've seen a few little extras that I haven't seen before. There's an iPad in the hall. You've got a Ring doorbell so people can see who's coming to the door even if they're not in the property. I love all these little touches. Have you had good feedback from your tenant clients about this?
Absolutely right. We run a WhatsApp group for each of the houses, so we encourage tenant, quote, client feedback as to how they're discovering. For example, the next project that we're looking at, we'll be introducing Amazon boxes. For example, there's a lot of home deliveries now, and we want to be able to accommodate that. So we're always looking ahead to try and make the tenant's life more comfortable, more convenient. All our professionals, they're out early, working long hours, long days, and they need and want that sort of amenity.
Indeed. Now, this is a project that you refurbed, and you tend to go right back to brick. Was it originally a three-bed house?
That's right, yes.
And now it's 7 or 8 bed, 7-bed HMO. I think what I found very interesting about your setup is that you have your own in-house construction company, and it's lovely to hear of relationships such as the one you have with your site manager. He's worked with you for 20 years, and just hearing how you're doing things, I really do find it very inspiring.
Very kind of you to observe that. I mean, I think there's 2 points to this. The alternative is you let your contracts to external contractor. you don't have the same level of control. It's always about money, whereas the way that we do it, frankly, it just costs me money. My workforce are all engaged on a time basis. They get weekly wages, and if I want to change my mind, I can. And also, more importantly, with the 20 years of experience and track record and relationship with my site manager, you know, we speak as one.
Yeah, I definitely got that impression, and it was so lovely because we were just at the property next door that's being refurbed, and we sat down with the site team there to have lunch, and you'd ordered in Polish food for them because they're Polish workers. Just little touches like that, and the fact that you've got a house nearby where they're living when they're working on your projects, all of these things, they make you work a lot smarter. And I think, you know, that you maintain those relationships. Your team know the standard that you want. They know your model.
I think that's absolutely right, and I think the key point you mentioned was at the end of that then, which they know the standard that I'm seeking. So, for example, whilst I attend site every week, and I have a daily phone call with my site manager, more often than not, he's telling me what he's going to do for the day rather than me instructing him what to do.
Oh, fantastic. So just as we close out here, Phil, there is talk, certainly on forums and in Facebook groups, that some of the HMO areas around the UK are becoming quite saturated. What's your view on that, or do you feel that if you kind of upgrade more to the co-living environment, is there less competition in that niche?
I think possibly there is, but it's always open to an existing HMO landlord that may have been more traditional, whereby the shared facilities may, for example, have been the bathrooms, and that accommodation had little kitchenettes. Ours is the opposite. The co-living concept is all our rooms have their own ensuite bathrooms, oblique shower rooms, and it's the kitchen that's shared. So I think it is a different lifestyle. There is room and scope for both types of product in our belief. I mentioned earlier we're targeting the young professional, perhaps at a university first job, people moving into the area, whereas the more traditional HMO perhaps caters for, could I say, a lower income type client or tenant, which isn't our market.
It's been truly inspiring to meet you, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.